Yeah. One West. UPK, easy. They in the fourth dimension from. Can't to study me, isn't it? Just go and be a tick. Me keep my circle kinda small as my should. We firm like a China wild dog, my good. Me learn the game of Minecraft. Them say dog, oh nobody can see you, none at all from with it. You see me when you see me, you see me. Right I know we know the pan the gimmicks me a coffee for me, can nobody not give we no to me. Yo sky the limit dog. If you no like weed, then go suck your mother. Me no give a fuck neither. One day sit out with team, yeah, what them me rather. Try no mess with my brother. You no like weed, then I suck your mother. We no give a fuck neither. One day sit on my team, yeah, what them me rather. Try no mess with the brothers. Hey, in a the game of life, just try no say life and no game. Me get gain from the pain, and that's why you see me a stain on the flame. Hey, oh you mean if me change this? I know the youth we used to play in the lane, at the big man list with the name and the fame. I look it in the no stain for we name. Hey, the pussy them stay for we name. This a UPK, we have the place away. We stay from the beta mail, man up to stay in them lane because some of them are dead dog. Oh gosh, what a shame. Me and my dog, them say we straight like a plane. Man, I kill a charge, me say just the way we train. And any boy, this no cause no blame. If you no like weed, then go suck your mother. Me no give a fuck neither. One day sit on me team, yeah, what them me rather. Try not trouble my brother. You no like weed, then I suck your mother. We no give a fuck neither. One day sit on with team, yeah, what them me rather. Try no mess with the brothers. Hey, me keep my circle kinda small as my shot. We firm like the China wild dog, my good. Me learn the game of Minecraft. Them say dog, oh nobody can see you, none at all from with you. You see me when you see me, you see me. Right now we not depend the gimmicks we are. Unfulfilled, we can't nobody not give we no stimmy. Yo, sky the limits dog. If you no like weed, then go suck your mother. We no give a fuck neither. One day sit out with team, yeah, what that we rather. Try no trouble my brother. You no like weed, then I suck your mother. We no give a fuck neither. One day sit at the team, yeah, what them me rather. Try no mess with the brothers. You know it. Yeah, you see it. Equilibrium. Tribe vibes. You know. Abadawa.
Alright, Shalom Israel. Welcome again to another ISUPK Wednesday night law class. My name is Priest and Officer 500 Kayadwan from ISUPK Jamaica under commanding General YAHANNA. This is the home of the truth. You understand? ISUPK started 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, 1969. You understand? That's when the truth came. You know what I mean? So, to everybody else out there who claim them have the truth, you know what I mean? If you're not from 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General YAHANNA, the man left in charge. You know what I mean? Commanding General YAHANNA did not put himself in charge. You know what I mean? He was assigned the role to be the head of the ISUPK. You understand the truth? See? If you're not in the ISUPK, you're not in the truth. You know what I mean? If you're a Rastafarian claiming that, you know what I mean, yeah, you worship Selassie and Ethiopia, but we know we are Israelites. You know what I mean? You're not in the truth. You know what I mean? There's no such thing as an Ethiopian Israelite. You understand? And we nowadays you hear people just throw the word around Israelite now because it's popular. You know what I mean? Even Kanye West now saying that we're Israelite because the work by the men in the ISUPK and the commanding General YAHANNA is taking effect. everybody is seeing, you know what I mean, how practical what we teach, you know what I mean, concerning the Bible is. And it can be refuted that, you know what I mean, the Bible is not a fairy tale book. I mean, historians and theologians both agree that the Bible is a book of historical facts. You understand? Whether you want to say, all right, well, the miraculous part of the Bible, we can't prove it. But these, you know what I mean, places did exist where the Bible talk about. These people did exist. You know what I mean? The Bible said this ancient empire or society exists during this time and at this place, and it has been proven. No, you can't prove the miracles in the Bible, like, you know what I mean? The Most High sending rocks out of heaven and unaliving our enemies, or Moses parting the Red Sea. You know what I mean? You just have to, you know what I mean? You just have to realize that the rest of the Bible is facts, so the rest of that have to be facts. You know what I mean? So whether you want to discuss whether or not the miracles in the Bible real or not, you can't dispute the fact that the events and the places and the people in the Bible that the Bible mentioned real. You understand? So the ISUPK is the home of the truth. You know what I mean? We brought out the fact that the people in the Bible who are the children of Israel, who got the laws, statutes, and commandments from the Most High, these people are blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Today, talking about the Taino, talking about the Arawak Indian, the Amerindians, the Native Indians, the Seminole Indians, the black people who were brought over here in the transatlantic slave trade, not the Africans. Let's get it clear. The Africans are not the same as the black people who were enslaved over here. You know what I mean? And I know that comes as a shocker to many of our people when we say that we are not no blinking Africans. You know what I mean? It's so far-fetched. You know what I mean? Because our people think along these lines. It's either black or white. So if we're black, we must be African. If you're white, well, them group the Chinese, Japanese, white people in a one category. All them try to group all the Hispanics in the same category with the white man and the Chinese. When, you know what I mean, the earth is not that simple. You know, that's a simple way of thinking, a simplicity. You know what I mean? We have thinking that from your black, you come from over there, so, and from your white or your light skin, you come from over there. So much so that our people think that if you have a little light skin in you, you have white in it. Let me adjust some little, you know what I mean? Africa this, Africa that, mumbo jumbo that has been spread because our people, you know what I mean? The Bible said, the Most High's people suffer from a lack of knowledge. My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. Let me get that scripture right now. See? My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. See? 1 second. Let me just read that scripture. OC 4 and 6, and it says, my people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. You know what I mean? Just that line alone says so much. It says so much. You know what I mean? But we'll keep it simple right now. See? It says, my people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge, because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy God. I will also forget thy children. Yo, this scripture is so loaded. You know what I mean? But long story short, this is talking about blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. You understand? We are destroyed because of a lack of knowledge. We reject knowledge. You understand? We listen to our Rastafarian, you know what I mean, quote unquote, pro-black leaders. We put all of them in the same category. Them tell you, say, well, if you have little light skin in your, well, you don't know you have some European in your down the line. Not understanding that the world is not that simple. See? There was light-skinned slaves on those slave ships. Everybody wasn't pitch black. You understand? As them would make it seem like, you know what I mean? You have to look like one of them. The purest form of black people look like one of them purple-looking African. That is not the case. There was light-skinned slaves on those slave ships, and there was dark-skinned slaves on those slave ships. You understand? So, like me, I tell you, the world is not that simple. So when we tell you that blacks and Hispanics are brothers, blood brothers, and we are not Africans, you have to come out of the brainwashing of the Rastafari community, which, you know what I mean, the whole concept come from the white man. It was the white man who taught us that we were Africans. You understand? You have to come out of that whole brainwash to understand what we are saying. You understand? So, in the Caribbean, we have a lot of Hispanic people, you know what I mean? And a lot of black people. And we all ended up over here. Of course, the Hispanics, they were here for how much? Like, yeah, you can say thousands of years. But 2,000 and something years, they were here. You understand? After them thing there, them leave the Assyrian Empire. You understand? Out of the Assyrian captivity. You know what I mean? After the Babylonians them took over the Assyrians, they left the Middle East. And they all came over here and occupied this new land 2,000 and odd years ago. You understand? Those are the 10 tribes. See? Those are the tribes, Asher, Issachar, you know what I mean? Naphtali, Ephraim, you know what I mean? The 10 tribes, because what had happened was during the time of Solomon, the kingdom split. Because the Most High told Solomon that he should not sleep with these strange women, talking about women of other nations, white women, Chinese women, all of that. Let me find that quick and fast. See? One second. In the meanwhile, let's tap up the screen, share, like, subscribe, you know what I mean, depending on the platform you're watching on. Let me just get straight to that. All right. And let me just make this sidebar. The Christian church, would you believe that Solomon's sin was having more than one or thousands of wives, or 1,000 wives? That was not Solomon's sin. Soto Salid say, who is the Most High? All right, the Most High, when we say the Most High, we are referring to the God that the Bible speaks about, who is the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, which becomes our God because we are the children of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. He's our God. You understand? He is the Most High. God in Hebrew is Allah I am, or Allah Aya. It just means power. He's our power. You understand? He's the creator of this earth, but he's not dealing with everybody. He has a particular people who choose to rule this earth. And that those people so happen to be blacks, Hispanics, and native Indians. You understand? All right, we're going to jump to the book of 1 Kings 11:1, and it said, but King Solomon loved many strange women together with the daughter of Pharaoh. All right, so who's the daughter of Pharaoh? An Egyptian woman, African. See? This is what the Bible calls strange women. Why? Because they are not Israelite, Hebrew women. They are not Solomon's sisters from his nation. You understand? Who else? Women of Moab are the Slakia. Women of the Moabites. See? Let me just pull up the 1 second. One second. All right, I'll come back to that. Women of the Moabites. Who are the Moabites today? You call them the Chinese. So I'm like Chinese women, like you see a lot of Jamaicans today, you know what I mean, lust after Chinese women. Well, that was one of Solomon's sin. See? Ammonites, that is the Japanese, you know what I mean? They are brothers with the Chinese. See? Edomites, who are the Edomites? They're talking about white women now. You know, those women that the basketball players, you know what I mean, as soon as them become, you know what I mean, wealthy, them decide that the black woman is no longer good enough and choose a white woman. Edomites, see? Sidonians, Africans, and Hittites, more Africans. This is Solomon's sin. And because of this sin, the Most High split the kingdom in two. So Solomon ruled over all 12 tribes of Israel, right? But because Solomon had wives of these other nations, and this is what the Bible said, let me continue reading. Of the nations concerning which the Lord said unto the children of Israel, ye shall not go in unto them, neither shall they come in unto you, for surely they will turn away your heart after their gods. You know what I mean? Because guess what? These other nations of people don't know the Most High. They don't have a real God. Their God is wood and stone. You understand? Statue with them build, idols, superstition, folklore. You know what I mean? They don't know the real power. They don't know the Creator, but we know the Creator because we are His chosen people. You understand? But the Most High said we should not marry unto these other nations because guess what go on? They're going to introduce them own belief and them own gods. And they're going to turn away from we following our God because now when you start celebrate Christmas, you now serve the Most High again. You serve another God. When you become a Rastafarian, following after those Ethiopian culture and East Indian culture, you know what I mean? For many people who don't know that Rastafarianism is East Indian culture and Ethiopian culture. See? And Christianity mixed up in one. When you do that now you now serve the God of your forefathers. You now serve the Most High power, our power. You understand? Let me continue. For surely they will turn away your heart after their gods. Solomon clave unto these in love. You understand? And he had 700 wives, princesses, and 300 concubines. And his wives turned away his heart. Why? If you keep on the context of what this is saying, is the Most High saying these strange women from these other nations will turn away your heart to worship other gods, their gods. And these same wives turn off Solomon to worship other gods. It's not the fact that Solomon had so many wives, it's the fact that he had so many wives and married other nations. So now Solomon started creating temples to the you know what I mean, the gods of the Moabites. You understand? Let me just scroll along and see if this is nearby. 1 second. One second. Yeah, verse 7. Then did Solomon build an high place for Chemosh, the abomination of Moab. Why him build a high place to Chemosh? Chemosh is an idol, right? Why him build a high place to Chemosh, the abomination of Moab? Why? Because he had a Moabite wife, like we read up here. See? The daughters of Pharaoh, women of the Moabites. So because You know what I mean? Him love this Moabite wife, him build an altar to the Moabite God. Same thing with the Most High tell you, don't marry these women because them are going to make you start worship for them God. Solomon did that. And this happened during him old age when him not think straight. You know what I mean? Him wife them persuade. You understand? That's what happened to Solomon. So now because of this, the Most High rend the kingdom from him. So let me read verse 9, and it said, and the Lord was angry with Solomon because his heart was turned from the Lord God of Israel. See? Which had appeared unto him twice. So the Most High appeared to Solomon twice, not, you know what I mean, the Most High himself, but in angel. See? Verse 10, and had commanded him concerning this thing that he should not go after other gods, but he kept not that which the Lord commanded. You understand? Verse 11, wherefore the Lord said unto Solomon, for as much as this is done of thee, and thou hast not kept my covenant and my statutes, which I have commanded thee, I will surely rend the kingdom from thee, and will give it to thy servant. You understand? Verse 12, notwithstanding, in thy days I will not do it for David thy father's sake, but I will rend it out of the hand of thy son. See? So it never happened in the time of Solomon. It happened in the time of Solomon's son. You understand? Which is Rehoboam. See? His son Rehoboam. Let me continue. Verse 13, albeit I will not rend away all the kingdom now. Listen to the split now, what we are talking about. This is the split that took place. See? Albeit I will not rend away all the kingdom, but will give one tribe to thy son for David my servant's sake, and for Jerusalem's sake, which I have chosen. Now this one tribe is the tribe of Benjamin. Now Solomon was a Judite. That, you know what I mean, he already had the Judites. But he got one more tribe, which is Benjamin. You understand? Who is Benjamin? The Jamaicans, the Trinidadians. You understand? All right, we not accept nothing right now, not at this moment. See? So the Caribbean people, except the Asians, these are the tribes of Benjamin. The black people in the Caribbean, this is the tribe of Benjamin. This was given to Solomon's son. So the Most High separate the kingdom, but him leave one tribe with Judah. So you have Judah and Benjamin, and you have the Levites, but the Levites were not a tribe. Them get half of the tribe of Levi. The Levites today are the Haitians. You understand? So these were always together throughout, you know what I mean? Throughout history, Judah, Benjamin, and Levi remain together. And the next 10 tribes, which are our Hispanic brothers, they were separate. And we at that time, from therefore, we and our Hispanic brothers never came together until now. And again, I'm reverse back to what we did talk about earlier, where during the time of the Assyrian kingdom, when the Babylonians them overthrew the Assyrians, our Hispanic brothers came over here. We were still in Jerusalem, are still over there in the Middle East. They left and they came over here, but they came with a lot of Hebrew with them, a lot of the culture. You know what I mean? And when they came over here, Christopher Columbus himself knew that these were the children of Israel. So much so that when he come over here, he brought a Hebrew interpreter because Israel speak Hebrew. You understand? And then destroy a lot of the Hebrew artifacts and everything until like our Hispanic brothers say them are savages, you know what I mean, and both them are cannibal and all sort of things, just to justify them genociding of our brothers. You understand? So these are the 10 tribes. Now, we eventually came over here through the transatlantic slave trade, but way long after. Way long after when our brothers came over here. Our brothers own this land. But we were in the Middle East same way. You know what I mean? Eventually, the Romans overthrew Jerusalem. We fled down into Africa, and the Africans, them sold us into slavery. And now you have the 12 tribes of Israel over here in captivity. From Judah to Reuben, everybody there now. You understand? All right. So what we are going to do now, we're going to jump to the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28. See? And we are going to read the reason why we ended up in this captivity. The Most High gave us instructions, and we never follow them. You understand? If anybody have questions, just please feel free to just put it in the chat. You understand? Let me see what I go on YouTube. All right. Hold on. Princess Kayal Baf. Shalom, sis. Yawa Shamar Alathan Basham Yawa Shai. You know what I mean? Big up yourself, sis. Yeah, man. Always checking in. See? All right. Somebody else say. Wait, what is so? What, man? How this add? If somebody upon the next end add, don't add nobody to the live. You understand? Father Paul, just take yourself off of the live. Don't add nobody to the live. Here. Father Paul, just remove yourself from the live. Father Paul, you hear me? All right, you have a question? If you have a question, we'll answer it. But you know what I mean? We just want to get through this. All right. All right. Somebody said over here, the Holy Bible are only cultures and influence of African origin. Exodus 3 and 18, God of Hebrews, Exodus 2, 6, Moses. All right. The Bible is a book that don't really speak too favorably about Africans, you know. So that's the first mistake you make. This person named Thank God It's Over. You know what I mean? If you knew the Bible, you would know that the Bible don't speak highly of Africans. You know what I mean? For example, ye Ethiopians also, ye shall be slain by my sword. The Most High literally told us to go and, you know what I mean, conquer the Canaanites. Who are the Canaanites today? The Canaanites are the South Africans and other tribes of Africans. We were always at war with these Hamites. You understand? So to say the Bible, you know what I mean, is just a folklore of the African culture, you're wrong. It means you don't know the Bible. You understand? All right, what we are going to know, we're going to jump to the book of Deuteronomy. See? And this is very important. Yeah, man, I don't know if somebody add, you know what I mean, people to the live. I will add who I want to add to the live. Here, don't add nobody to the live. Baba question. Yeah, man. All right. This is the book of Deuteronomy. Let me jump to 27 and 1 first. See? This of Deuteronomy chapter 27 and 1, and it said, and Moses with the elders of Israel commanded the people, saying, keep all the commandments which I command you this day. Very important. When the Most High freed us out of Egypt, out of Africa, after he analyzed, you know what I mean, all those Egyptians, from the firstborn of those Africans, because we know that Egyptians are Africans, right? From the firstborn to the soldiers, the Most High plagued Egypt, you know what I mean, destroyed Egypt. Egypt at that time was like America, a great kingdom. You understand? Egypt was the world power at that time, and the Most High destroyed Egypt. Brought Egypt down to dust. Today, where you see that Egypt now? desert, barren lands. Where those pyramids are today, where we were forced to build when we were in Egypt, to this day, they must say, yo, it must be aliens who build those pyramids. No, we built it. We were forced to build those pyramids under hard labor. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians was forced to build those pyramids. You know what I mean? To this day now, they must say, boy, oh, who made these pyramids? Jamaicans made those pyramids. You understand? Black Americans made those pyramids. Mexicans made those pyramids. As a matter of fact, when they came over here, they found a lot of pyramids. A lot of pyramids. Why? We were expert in building pyramids. Expert. But we weren't Egyptians. We were the ones that built those, you know what I mean, blasted sitting them for the Egyptians. What are the pyramids? Today, you know what I mean, they make it so spooky. So we call it now, they might try romanticize what a pyramid is. To say that, well, the pyramid channel energy from the earth and nothing like that. It's just a tomb, an illustrious tomb that because these Egyptians were so illustrious, when them dead, they want for them tomb be the biggest to prove say yes. And they had so much superstition and religion in Egypt that they believe that when they die, they can bring them servants with them to serve them in the afterlife. And one bag of things. So these pyramids was this big something where them claim which was just a lie. But them had us build that blasted sitting or those things, you know what I mean, in vain with whole heap of hard labor. That's all the pyramid. Don't worry about the pyramids and the sophisticated. That is not so. It's not sophisticated. It's just a tomb. It's just a big headstone where some pharaoh lay under. That's all it is. It don't channel no energy up to space. Nothing like that. Then don't waste your time trying to figure out those pyramids. Blacks and Hispanics build those. Same way like how we build America today. Me I see a thing I go on now where they must say, yo, who build them long time building your way? You know what I mean? They must say it must come from ancient times and no, black people just come over here and build it. Under slavery and rigor. We came over here and the white man forced us to build all of them things. That those buildings stand today as Americans, as the white man, administrative buildings and so forth. To this day. You understand? Washington, D.C. was designed by a slave. And we build them great sitting here. We want to get the credit. And them do them best to destroy our culture, our history, so that we could never, you know what I mean, realize how great we are under the Most High and how great of a people we are. Them just wipe history out completely. Tell we say we are African. Tell we say, you know what I mean, we are just some, you know what I mean, some Arawak Indian. And some Taino and some Caribs who used to, you know what I mean, unalive and eat people. Them not tell the true story because them know who them have in slavery. Them know that a better people than them is under them right now. You understand? But Deuteronomy 27:1, Moses was giving us commandments, right? The Most High freed us out of slavery, out of Egypt. You know what I mean? And he made us a nation. Like, those picture the Most High saving somebody to make them know his representative. That is what the Most High did to us. He freed us out of captivity. You know what I mean? And he made us a great nation of people. You understand? But being a great nation of people it have to come with laws. And the Most High ensure that Him gave us laws to live by. Of course, we are talking about the creator of the earth. So, of course, He will give us laws that are righteous laws and good laws, the right laws to govern this earth and to govern ourselves. See? And this is what Moses is talking about. Deuteronomy 27:1. And Moses with the elders of Israel commanding the people, saying, keep all the commandments which I command you this day. So the commandments, the laws and the statutes, the judgments that the Most High gave to us, Moses is saying, keep these, make sure you keep these. This is how we are going to live. This is going to be a culture. This is going to be a law. Do be like this. This is how the Most High wants you to live. You understand? Verse 2, and it shall be on the day when ye shall pass over Jordan unto the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee, that thou shalt set thee up. Salakia. Let me jump back to chapter 28. So now, chapter 28:1 says, and it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments, the commandments that Moses gave to us from the Most High, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth. So the Most High promised to set us above all nations of the earth. Somebody with no name say, SYM mother. So him say, suck your mother. I just fully done. I just say things said. You know what I mean? I just say things said. I don't know what I do. You personally, you know what I mean, for deserve a S your mother, but you know what I mean? You just basically repeat yourself unnecessarily. Anyway, so the Most High said that He would make us basically the greatest nation upon the face of the earth. See? 1 second. Sorry about that. Zin. So the Most High promised us that if we kept His laws, He would make us the greatest nation on the face of the earth. This we are talking about the Bible now. We're not talking about the religion of Christianity where you learn and think that you learn the Bible. You wasn't learning the Bible in the Christian church. The Most High said, you know what I mean? He would make us the greatest nation on the face of the earth if we kept His laws. If we govern according to these laws that He gave us. Let me continue reading. See? Verse 2. And all these blessings shall come on thee and overtake thee, if thou shalt hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God. You understand? So blessings shall come upon us and overtake us if we follow the voice of the Lord, our God, the Most High, our power. You understand? We will be blessed as a people. What that mean? It mean that we would have the Most High's angels looking out for our best interest. You understand? We would be a people like no other. Right now, we know our people look at the white man and we say, yo, how great the white man is, and you know what I mean, and the Chinese, and we say, look how the Chinese, them are build them kingdom, and you know what I mean, them such a great people. That is nothing compared to what we were meant to be and what we will eventually become. I'm a sidebar a bit. May I watch a video on TikTok and this oppressor say, well, he might make a comparison between how the oppressor govern the earth and China is next in line, him say, to rule this earth, and China will be a better ruler of this earth than the oppressor. But me have some news, you know what I mean, for you. See? China will not be the next ruler of this earth. Right now, the oppressor rule the earth. See? And China seem like them have come up to be the next world power, those Moabites. That will not happen. You see these same people you see in the ghetto, in the barrios, in Guatemala, in Guyana, in Mexico. We are going to rule this earth after this oppressor fall. We are the next rulers of this earth. You understand? So, like I said, the Most High said that we would be a great nation if we followed his laws, statutes, and commandments. He said blessings would follow us if we obey the advice. Let me continue. Verse 3. Blessed shall thou be in the city, and blessed shall thou be in the field. So he must say, when you're going to the city to do business, you would be nothing but prosperous. When you're in the field, you know what I mean, planting, you know what I mean, growing your livestock, everything would be prosperous. You would ensure that your cattle reproduce and bear fruit. You understand? The Most High would ensure that everything that we do prosper. You know what I mean? Let me scroll along a little bit. He said, blessed shall be thy basket and thy store. The Christian them love use this scripture. Skip out everything else. I know everybody right that's the way I watch right now. Hear this scripture before. See? Blessed shall be thy basket and thy store. Every pastor, before him take your money, you know what I mean, tell you say him open your basket and you never run dry and your storehouse never go empty. Before him take your money. See? But you never read the ones, you never heard the ones before it, where the Most High said him gave us laws to keep, laws that if we kept, we would be the greatest nation on the face of the earth. This don't sound like Christianity to me. This don't sound like no religion. This sound like rulership of this earth. You understand? This sound like somebody got the authority to rule this earth and fumble it. And that person is we. You understand? Let me read it again. Blessed shall be thy basket and thy store. So the Most High say, if we follow his commandments, if we follow his laws, if we govern by his laws, we would be a blessed people. Our basket and our store would never run dry. Like the Christian pastor them love said. Say in verse 6, blessed shalt thou be when thou comest in, and blessed shalt thou be when thou goest out. You know what I mean? So when we, you know what I mean, we go to war, we'll be blessed, meaning the Most High would be on our sides. Our enemies would not be able to defeat us in battle. And we'll be blessed when we come back in because we'll be bringing in all the spoils. Like you see America now today. When them go raid any country unjustly and unrighteously and unalive them people like the monster they are. See? Them come back with all the spoils. Well, we would, whenever we go to war with any country, we would win. And we would come back with all the spoils, including other people being our servants, instead of we being the oppressor's servant, like we are today. Other nations would be serving us, and that is not unrighteous. You understand? We have to come out of the mind of Christianity saying that, you know what I mean? Oh, that is so unethical. Well, guess what? We have been serving slavery for 400 years in this place. Nobody no business about it. We deserve some slaves. No. You understand? Let me continue reading. See? Verse 7. And the Lord shall cause thine enemies that rise up against thee to be smitten before thy face. You know what I mean? Talking about war, because every nation have to go to war. Currently, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we are in a war, but we don't know who our enemies are. We don't know who is our enemy, but we are in a war, losing that war right now, thinking that each other, that our black brother and our Hispanic brother is our enemy. when our enemy has been ruling over us for hundreds of years now and keeping us in oppression and poverty and sufferation. That's our enemy, the oppressor. And the other nations, them are joining in because them see it profitable to come rule over blacks and Hispanics. You know what I mean? Now we have the East Indians who rule over Trinidad, who the oppressor put over our Trinidad and Benjamin brothers. You understand? You have the French who rule over, the children of the French who rule over Haiti. You have the East Indian, the Chinese, the white man rule over Jamaica, all these Edens. And we see it over there in Guyana, where, you know what I mean, the East Indians, them have a grip over there too. So much so that so much unalivement of the children of Israel can happen in their hotel and no justice come from it. If the people them never get cross and burn down that and start set the place on fire, no kind of justice will come, and we not condone the rioting or anything like that. We just have said, oh else, you know what I mean, where our people are going to get justice from. Well, guess what, man, a black man named Yahawashi Mashiach, who the world thinks is Jesus Christ. He might come give you justice. You know what I mean? Let me continue reading. See? Verse 7, and the Lord shall cause thine enemies that rise up against thee to be smitten before thy face. They shall come out against thee one way and flee before thee 7 ways. This don't sound like Christianity. This sound like a nation going to battle and the Most High making you prevail over your enemies. When Christianity talk about your enemies, see, them think about them black brothers and them black sisters, them Hispanic brothers and them Hispanic sisters. That's your enemy in the Christian church. The person who you fight, you know what I mean, to get the job before, you know what I mean, fight for the position in your workplace. The person who are throw OB over your yard when OB are not real. That's your enemy in the Christian church. But according to the Bible, your enemy is who? A nation of people. You understand? Your enemies are a nation of people that come up against your people. See? Verse 8. The Lord shall command the blessing upon thee in thy storehouses and in all that thou settest thine hand to. Thine hand unto. And he shall bless thee in the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee. So the Most High, you know what I mean, intention was to bless the works of our hands. You understand? And to bless us in the land when he give us. He gave us the best land on the face of the earth. The best land. That land is the Middle East. Not Africa. The Middle East. See? Don't make nobody fool you. That is why the Israelis and the Palestinians, them, and nobody wants to give up the Middle East. Don't make nobody fool you. Say Africa is the best land. Africa is probably second best or the third. Because the Americas, you know what I mean? The oppressor never did want to invade the Americas, invade Africa. They invade the Americas. After them done the resources in the Americas now. Now they want to pillage Africa. But Africa was what? Basically third choice. Don't make nobody fool you. Godfather say, "Well, go and king." Shalom, brother. See, if you have a question, just leave it in the chat here. World verses 6. I appreciate you, brother. Shalom, brother or sister. See? Don't make nobody fool you about Africa. All right, so Godfather said there is no Middle East. All right, let's say there is no Middle East. See? The land that they call the Middle East, we are referred to. See? And him say Israel is Africa. All right. Now, are you saying that the continent of Africa is Israel, or are you saying that Israel in the place that them call the Middle East is a part of Africa, hence Israel is Africa? Let me know what you talk. See? So the Most High would bless us in every area as a people, as a nation, not as a religion. The plate that Israel grow is on the Africa. All right, see it now. Let's go back and look on the map. See, the Middle East is more attached to Asia, and this is how people glorify Africa so much so that logical thinking goes through the door because they have caused us to fall in love with Africa. The place where them call the Middle East is more attached to Asia than Africa. Just go back and look on the world map. But yet still you would rather give it to Africa than to Asia. You know why? Because somebody lied to you about Africa. And you can't see past the lie. You look on the map and you still give it to Africa instead of Asia. Go and look on the map. The place literally conjoined to Africa, to Asia. And it's just a small piece connect to Africa. But you still give it to Africa and not to Asia. That's because they have romanticized Africa so much that, and this is the reason why when we tell people that we are not Africans, they can't see it. It's the same witchcraft that Christianity caused in our people. The same witchcraft that Christianity caused in Christians is the same witchcraft that the Rastafari community and the pro-African people cause in the people that follow them. Your eyes are see something and your mind are see something else. The Bible says Jesus black, Christians follow white Jesus. The Bible said the laws are not done away with, Christians still want yam pork. It's the same thing. The Rastaman said Israel, the Middle East is connected to Africa. When your eyes see that it's more connected to Asia, and you still give it to Africa. Because you love Africa. That's the only reason why you deceive your own eyes. No, but me explain that concept to you a while ago. The place where them call the Middle East. Don't dwell upon that. Don't stop dwelling on that. Put the weed down, brother. Put the weed down. Forget about the name Middle East. I'm just saying Middle East so people know what I'm talking about. Forget about the word Middle East. The place where them call the Middle East is more attached to Asia than Africa. So why isn't it Asia? And him still say, where is the Middle East? Anyway, I'll jump back on track. Zane. So, verse 8. I'm not going to read the whole of this. I'm not going to read the whole of it. All right, verse 9. Hold on. Verse 9, the Lord shall establish thee an holy people unto himself. I want you to listen to the context of the Bible. See? Watch him going on tectonic plates. He going under the sea. All right, so the fish, hold on, the fish them under the sea, the shark, where swim under the sea, is an African. The shark will swim in the Red Sea and the Black Sea, that is quote unquote in the Middle East, is an African shark. Yo, them people are crazy, daddy. So the fish them in the sea is an African shark, because if you go under the tectonic plates, that means you have some African fish and some Middle Eastern, quote unquote, Middle Eastern fish. You have some America fish, because they're attached to the tectonic plates. Virgin, put the weed down. Put the weed down. Zane, verse 9. The Lord shall establish thee an holy people unto himself. So the Most High planned to make us a people unto himself. Just picture that. Holy means separate. So we are not a people that should be like other peoples. See? He wants us to himself. This give you an understanding of the mind of how the Most High work. That God that we learn about in the Christian church, see, is not the God of the Bible. That is not the God inside of the Bible. The God of the Bible, exclusive. See, is not a God that mix and mingle. He make the world, yes, he make everybody, but he not like everybody. He not like everybody. God of the Bible, when you read the Bible, does not like everybody. Don't love everybody. So we are learning that Christianity is not the Bible. You are learning a religion that the oppressor created because he wants us to remain slaves to him. And he gave us a picture of himself being God so that you could worship him. And you would remember the crimes that he committed against your people. But when you read the actual Bible, it don't add up with that religion that the oppressor gave you called Christianity. It more match up with we and our life. You understand? Let me continue reading. The Lord shall establish thee an holy people unto himself, as he has sworn unto thee, if thou shalt keep. Listen, this is very important. You want black people to excel? This is how we excel. Not Christianity, you know. This is not Christianity me I give you. Me I give you where the Most High said we must practically and actually do. Read it. Let me read this. If thou shalt keep the commandments of the Lord thy God are the Most High our power and walk in his ways. Meaning, don't be a thief. Don't be a murderer. Are these unreasonable laws? They're not unreasonable. Don't thief from your brother. Your brother won't thief from you. Don't murder your brother and somebody won't come and unalive you. This is peace. If we live by these laws, it will make us live in peace amongst each other. Don't sleep with another brother's wife. What that ever cause? Animosity. If you sleep with a next man's wife, I'm going to want to unalive you. You understand? Make sure a girl reach her, pass her flower before you take her to marry or have sex with her. Where that stop? Child molestation. No, there's no African artifact, no African documentation that forbids the things that the laws in the Bible forbids. There's no African, and this is why we say, if you burn out the Bible, something wrong with you. See? There's no African, and I'm going to tell you something. People run over to the African, this and African, that because they really want to be a LGBT. I just tell you straight. The reason why enough of them people, you see them put in them little sister locks and all them things there, which is not locks. See? This is locks, braids. See? Them put in them thing there, and just hide them lesbianism and hide them LGBT, them gayness. And then them say Africa this and them roots and them ancestors and this and that. And that's really gay. Same way like how enough people go into the Christian church, you know what I mean? To hide them gayness. I'm just gay. So when them see when you see them act a certain way, you say, oh, I just threw them a Christian. Oh, I just threw them pro-Africa. No, them gay. And then burn out the Bible because the Bible is the only historical artifact that says man not to sleep with man and woman not to sleep with woman. No African this and that. No say that. The African them are infamous LGBT. When you go down to ancient Egypt, one of them God is gay. One of them God. Where name? Where name again? But I remember name. Next class, I'm going to bring it up. So gonna run go Africa. Well, guess what? There's no African document, historical folklore that's telling that LGBT is unlawful. The Most High gave us the laws that, you know what I mean, is practical for procreation. The Africans never get that. That's why them build Sodom and Gomorrah. That is an African nation. Sodom and Gomorrah is in Africa. Babylon, ancient Babylon, Africa. And the reason why we can't separate ourselves from Africa is because we think that, well, everything dark skin in Africa. We are not no blinking Africans. We are God's chosen. You understand? We are a special people to the Most High. We're better than them Africans. And we don't come from no tectonic plate in Africa. Let me continue reading. Verse 9, the Lord shall establish thee an holy people unto himself, the Most High pick with as a people. See, uno not like everybody else. Uno special to me and uno have a job to do. We have a job to do as blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. And this job is to rule this earth with the Most High laws and serve the Most High. That is our job. Serve the Most High and rule. You know, like the Rastaman them love, sir, but love Jah and live. Well, our job is to serve our God, our power, and rule this earth. You understand? All right, 1 second. Bam. Yeah, every now and then TikTok give me this catch. But I have to full out to make sure. I wonder if the camera now pick me up. Slack you. Then, yeah, I agree with you. All religions come from out Africa. But we are not a religion. We are the children of Israel. We are the descendants of the people of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. See, no religion. The Most High didn't give us no religion. The Most High gave us laws. All right. See, this brother said, Israel. You're not even enough to continue. Don't even bother type. I know where you get that. Don't even bother type it, brother. See them type. Stubborn, man. You never have to type that. We know all of the madness where you learn. We know where you come with. For Isis, Ra, and El. Well, guess what? Israel is an English translation. The original name, all right, for example, and the Most High set the children of Israel and I above all nations, right? You see, that was translated from the Hebrew. So at some point, somebody translated that from the Hebrew. But what did the Hebrew say? The Hebrew never said Israel. You understand, brother? So whoever translated it to English, they first and foremost, they never have Isis, Ra, and El in their mind anyway. It's just something that Pan-Africanists and Egyptologists create to make themselves look like them have any authority, and they don't. Egypt was a filthy place of, you know what I mean, some filthy Africans who was LGBT. You understand? What is the name of Israel in the original Hebrew? Because guess what? If you say them copy from the Africans, them, Isis, Ra, and El, see? Then you have to go back to the Hebrew and see what them call themselves. They never call themselves Israel. They never call themselves Israel. The Hebrew word that is in all of the Hebrew scrolls, which is where the Bible comes from, is Yashar Allah. The Hebrew word for Israel is Yashar Allah, which means Yah means the, Shar means prince, Allah means power. Prince of the power. That is what Israel means. You understand? There's no such, first and foremost, there is no such people as Israel. There's no such people as Israel. We only give you the English translation because you have an English Bible. You understand? There's a people called Yashar Allah, which interpreted is called Prince of the Power, or Sons of God. Because the Prince is the Son and the power is God. Prince of the Power means Sons of God. Our literal name means Sons of God. That is what we are. That is what the Jamaican black people are. That is what our Haitian brothers are. That is what our Hispanic in Guyana, in Brazil, in Mexico, in North America, or blacks, Hispanics, and Native people. That is who they are, Sons of God. And their name is Yashar Allah. There's no such people as Israel, brother. But because the Bible, listen, brother, I think they need to put on the weed. There's no such people as Israel. You're still gonna ISIS. There's no such people as Israel. So if you even want to claim, say, the word Israel come from, you know what I mean? The Hebrew that it's translated from does not say Israel. It not say Israel. When you open up the scrolls, not Israel no in it. We name Yashar Allah. Now tell me which Egyptian god name Yashar Allah. You understand? Anyway, I'm going to jump back to this. So the Most High said, if thou shalt keep the commandments of the Lord thy God and walk in his ways. So the Most High gave us instructions and said, this is the way you should walk. If we do these things, he will ensure that we never fall from grace. But look at us now. We give it right now. We saw this try that we want to give honors to some Egyptian that our God destroyed thousands of years ago. We want to big up the Egyptians them. The Most High said, literally in Exodus, that he will punish the gods of Egypt. They say the same Isis, Ra, and El, the Most High destroyed them out of Egypt. Each of those plagues that the Most High sent in Egypt, each of them was to mock the Egyptian gods. Just watch, Captain Nayatak broke it down in couple classes already. Every one of the plague was a mock. Let me use the word troll for a modern day understanding. From the turning of the water to blood, from the frogs to the crickets, the locusts, all of these were in mockery or in trolling of one of the Egyptian gods, who wasn't real gods anyway. It was just to mock the Egyptians. The 10 plagues was a mockery of the Egyptians. You understand? So we want to give our strength to a people that the Most High destroyed and mocked thousands of years ago. Sell out the Most High who destroyed them and join for them side. You're mad. Anyway, let me continue. Zane? All right. Verse 13, and the Lord shall make thee the head and not the tail, and thou shalt be above only, and thou shalt not be beneath. So the Most High would always make us the head. What do you mean by make us the head? If you look on a dog, which part of the dog body lays? The head or the tail? Isaac R. King said, what are you reading this from? I don't understand. I read the Bible right now, but I don't know where you really are refer to. See? So the head, somebody said, another planet, you keep another planet. Why you still over here, man? Go fight the war with the East Indians and the Palestinians them over there, man. I hear people them there, you know. You see India out for nuke. What the name? And the Palestine. The wrong word because. The wrong word because. Pakistan. You see India out for nuke Pakistan. And it's so ironic. Just the other day you had some East Indians who own a hotel in Guyana. Zane, a hotel infamous for unaliving our people in Guyana, from blacks to Hispanics. You understand? Them unalive a little girl. You know what I mean? We don't know if the East Indians them do it, you know, who own the hotel, you know. But we know the East Indian them own a hotel that keep unaliving blacks and Hispanics in Guyana. Well, guess what? We never get no justice for our young daughter, Adriana. But we are going to get it now. Because the East Indians, them are going to war with them brothers, the Pakistani, and them are going to bomb the piss out of each other. So we are going to get thousands and thousands of unalivement of East Indians for our one daughter. This is all the Most High give us justice, and the main justice not come in. This is how we get justice. This is how the Most High mark our enemies them, you know. So you see a father upon social media cry because his daughter was unalive. You know what the Most High do? The Most High made the East Indians and the Pakistanis go to war. For them get unalive and for them children get unalive. You understand? That is how God works. You know what I mean? It's been like that since Bible days, and it not changed. But because you in the Christian church, you can't put 2 and 2 together. It just, the Bible just seems strange to you because you're stuck in that mad house called Christianity. And you now look around. You now look around the world to see what the Most High do. From the COVID-19, which is a plague from the Most High, you want to boil it down to, you know what I mean, the vaccine, this and the vaccine that. Come on, man. Just read the Bible and the Most High send plagues. That is what him do. He send plagues. Bird flu, plagues. You understand? Plagues. The Most High infamous for sending plagues. So, another planet. Want to help your brother them fight the war, man. Pick a side. Don't wait till the people them from Bangladesh, because I think of Bangladesh I say you come from. If I'm not mistaken. Don't wait till the Bangladesh, which are same people. The Pakistani, the East Indians, the Bangladesh, same people. Don't wait till the Bangladesh them get drawn into it. Go and go fight now. so, anyway, let me continue reading. See? So it said, and the Lord shall make thee the head and not the tail. Right? The Most High shall make us the head, meaning we would be the leaders of this earth, and not the tail. We wouldn't be the followers. See? No, we are follow. No, we do everything the oppressor does. We unalive each other, mimicking, you know what I mean, the spirit of this oppressor, unaliving each other, because the Bible said the oppressor was a murderer from the beginning. We murder each other. We're mimicking the oppressor. We're following. We follow in the footstep of this oppressor. You understand? We hear him, any oppressor gives to us, we gladly accept it. We want to be like the oppressor. You have a movie named Scarface with this oppressor named Al Pacino. And when that movie dropped, every black and Hispanic wanted to be a gangster. Unaliving them one another. We want to be like the oppressor so bad. We are the tail today. But guess what? The Most High said we would have been the head. You understand? Let me continue reading. And thou shalt be above only, and thou shalt not be beneath. These are very important things to understand, you know. The reason why we are on the bottom of society now is because we disobey the power that put us in charge of this earth, that gave us a covenant and a promise. We disobey him, we turn our backs on him. In the planet where he make the earth where he build, we want to turn our back on him, pan it, and live pan it, now go work. Him now go stop until we turn back to him. We have to go turn back to him. We don't have a choice, and we shouldn't have the greatest option him give it. Because who wouldn't want to rule this earth? Who would want to see them children grow up in the garrison and the ghetto and the barriers? Who would want that? Who would want a cycle of poverty and, you know what I mean, destruction and mayhem and suffering? You wouldn't want that, so why wouldn't you want what the Most High have to give? You want to be a Christian all your life and watch your people suffer. That never work. You have to come out of the Christian church. You have to come out of the Rastafari madness. You have to put on that weed. And you have to turn back to the Most High. You understand? Let me continue reading. If that thou hearken unto the commandments of the Lord thy God, which I command thee this day, to observe and to do them. Most I want we do something, brethren. The most I want we just sit down and have and just believe like a Christian. The Christian church want you to think that all you have to do is just believe in Jesus and confess the name of Jesus. No, the most I want you to keep him last, statutes and commandments. Stop being a filthy LGBT. Stop being a grapist. Stop being a child graper, a PDF file. Stop being an adulterer. Stop being a promiscuous woman. Stop being all the abomination that you will learn over here under this oppressor. The Most High wants us to be a righteous people. That is what Him commands us to do. Be righteous. You understand? That is our goal on the face of the earth. To be a righteous people before the Most High. That everybody else look and say, yo, these are the most righteous people on the face of the earth. It is good to serve their God. These are a wise people. They never do, you know what I mean? They never, everything them do come to fruition and prosper. We should be like these people. But instead, you know what we do? We try to be like the Chinese. We try to be like the white man. We want to be Africans. When everybody should have followed away. But guess what? Everybody do follow us, you know. But them follow us to steal from us. Them take from our culture because our culture is so different. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Our culture is so rich. You understand? Them steal our culture and they make themselves rich from it. And they reject us. So Godfather said, bro, what are you? You're not African? Hell flipping no. I am not no stinking African. Black people here in Jamaica was brought over here in the transatlantic slave trade. Is not no funky, filthy, disgusting African. We are not. Those Africans kick us out of them land because they know we were not their people. Them sell us to the white man. Because they know, say, yo, we don't belong there. But through years, history stop where the oppressor tell you, say, and when you learn in the oppressor based on primary school and high school, you can't look past that. You say, we didn't originate in Africa. As a matter of fact, the oppressor was the one who told you you were African. Tell me, say a lie, me I tell you. Where did you learn, say you're African? Godfather, where did you learn that you were African? Let me tell you where you learn that you are an Israelite. First, you learn from me, no, a black man, that you are an Israelite. Where did you learn that you were an African? Me not see your question. I'm going to answer your question. And him just add to my point. He might add to my point. May I say it again? Can you just add your answer me, you know? Where did you learn say you're African? May I answer your question, you know? Don't worry about that. Where did you learn say you were African? Virgin, let me just answer it for you because you have a beat around the bush. You learn say you're African in a primary school with the oppressor syllabus. Come from Britain. That's how you learn say you're African. You learn it in a history class in a high school, say you're African. That's how you learn say you're African. You start knock head with some Rastafarian and some Pan-African people who learn say them are African in primary school and high school from the oppressor syllabus in the education system. And you reinforce the madness, say you're African. Now, me a black man, I tell you, say you are not no blasted African, you are Israelite. And it all depends if you are one of us, because you might as well, you might be an African from over there, over the land, who knows? Yeah? All right, so I'm going to answer your question now. Zane, your question is, you do a DNA test. So this brother, who know the viral videos and social media where people swap them animals and send it to ancestry.com and it come back 15% African, 70% European. One person, one white boy swab him lizard, a big iguana lizard, and send it to ancestry.com, DNA testing, and it come back European and African. So you trust the oppressor technology, but you can't trust your brother. You don't trust the Bible, but you trust the oppressor technology. Well, I tell you what, the oppressor wipe out our history completely. If it wasn't for the Bible, we wouldn't trace back our lineage. So if you trust the oppressor version of history and ancestry.com created by the oppressor, by all means, go on. You understand? You're all over the place. You have got to see where you're going over. No Middle East, no, you're going to use the word. You say black is not a race. Regine, just cool, man. Are you alone stuck in another world, man? You know the reason why I know you're stuck in another world, like you can't understand what I mean by black. You're stuck in a black, this, you know what I mean, illusion of blackness. The reason why we use the word black is to make people understand who we are referred to. There's no such people as a black people. We are not black. But just use those, you know what I mean? And the like said is, open your third eye, you know. The African, them love use that, open your third eye. You know what I mean? The nonsense about third eye. Well, me use that point, you know. Open your third eye. Just understand, no. But no one understand simple conversation. Everything have to be sophisticated food. It have to be this big, illustrious, educational thing food. Just come down to our level, no? So you can understand. Because you complex yourself so much that you can't understand simple things, brother. Just come down, man. Come on for your eye ass, brother. Understand? Lock you. Anyway. We continue read. All right, so now we're going to jump to where the Most High say would happen to us if we did not keep his commandments. So him lists out the blessings then, isn't it? All of the blessings. Then what would happen? He would defend us when it comes to war. We'd prosper in war. We'd prosper in everything we do. We'd rule the earth. We'll be the head and not the tail. You understand? No, this is what him said would happen to us if we did not listen to him. See? This is verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. See? So instead of us being blessed for following what the Most High said, we would be cursed for disobeying what the Most High said. And blacks and Hispanics are a cursed people today. Why? We are now at the bottom of society. We are the ones suffering. We are the one under this oppressor. We have not been freed from this oppressor yet. We're still under this oppressor. Imagine somebody enslaved you. See? Didn't pay for the crime and still have you under them system. You're not free. Him teach you when he want to teach you. Him call you when he want to call you. And he's the one who called you African. And me a sidebar a bit. And to these brothers and sisters who like to say, yo, Africa this, Africa that. Come on, man. You see it all that. Reggie, Africa is named after a white man named Leos Kipios Africanus. I think they are a Roman general, an Italian general. Leos Kipios Africanus. The white man ruled the earth, so he named every land on the face of the earth when he can name. And he named Africa. And now you call yourself Africa. So if you want to play the word game, why are you African? Why are you calling yourself African? Since you want to play the word game, we're not black. Well, why are you African? Understand? Anyway, let me continue. So it said, curse shall thou be in the city, and curse shall thou be in the field. So in the city where you do commerce, you will be cursed. You know what I mean? That's why you see our people, the flat foot hustling, we're on the roadside selling. You know what I mean? We are the ones with our goods spread out on a chapalin in downtown Kingston, in Maypen, Clarendon. You know what I mean? In Spanish Town, selling on the road. Meanwhile, the heathens, the other nations own the businesses. We are cursing the city and cursing in the field. You know what I mean? Whenever we plant, our farm is always the small version of, you know what I mean, what the heathens have. They have some big plantation where they plant scallion for miles. In Jamaica, you have, you know what I mean, you look at an oppressor field in St. Elizabeth. This big, you know what I mean, 50-acre field of scallion. You know what I mean? I give you an estimation at the figure. See? Probably smaller, but big field of scallion. You know what I mean? Can sell scallion to the entire Jamaica. Can be rich from farming. Rotten rich. Meanwhile, you know what I mean? You have a little plot of land where, you know what I mean, you grow some yam or you grow some potato. See? Where you can't rich or fight. Or where you call rich and rich. Because with them eating you make off a farming, even here in Jamaica, believe me, you don't know them figures there yet. You curse in the field. Even the parasites them come and eat up your crops. Your field with the right beside of an Eden field, and your field are the one where the caterpillar them on your mouth. And the Eden field well intact. Because we disobey the Most High. Curse in the city, curse in the field. Your cattle them don't come out to, you know what I mean, the hundreds and the thousands like the Edens. Right now, the Eden have a cattle industry. You know what you have? You have 10 cows. And you call yourself rich. You say you're rich. You're not rich. You're not rich at all. One prayer the last night come in at that and take away all cows, all bulls, back by your face. Take away your goat them. You look 100 goats we have the Eden have what? Thousands. Thousands. You understand? You curse in the city and you curse in the field. Let me continue reading. Verse 17, curse shall be thy basket and thy store. That's why you're poor. That's why we're poor. Because we turn the backs on the Most High. You understand? And I'm not saying that if somebody is rich, it means say the Most High bless them. You know, that's not what I'm saying. See, I'm just saying as a people, we are poor. You understand? Because of these curses. And we continue. Let's jump down to verse 20. And it says, and the Lord shall send upon thee curses, vexation, and rebuke. What is that cursing, vexation, and rebuke? Vexation and spirit. You know what I mean? You see it every day in the garrison. People just vex for no reason. Upset for no reason. Why? And I really no reason, you know. And the sufferation we in. You understand? And we take it out upon each other. Rebuke. See? In all that thou settest thine hand unto for to do. You try something. You know what I mean? You try open a shop. It fail. You try, you know what I mean? You try run a taxi. You try it fail. You try this, you try that, it fail. You try dancing, it fail. You try this, it fail. You try music, it fail. Everything you tried fail. You understand? Let me continue reading. Until thou be destroyed, until you become down and depressed and broken and give up on life. You start drink out your mind, smoke out your mind. And the reason why you see our people smoking, you know, and you know what I mean? You know why? Because we're depressed, down, we're broken. This oppression is too much for us. So we try to smoke away our memories. You understand? Because we're depressed as a people. See? And until thou perish quickly, we see it every day. People just dying all around you. Because of the wickedness of thy doings. What is the wickedness? You know what is wickedness? Wickedness is you not keeping the Most High laws. Simple as that. The wickedness of our doings is turning our backs on the Most High and not keeping his laws. That is wickedness. Eating pork is wickedness. Simple as you might see it. The Most High said, don't eat the swine, don't eat the swine. Simple as that. No question asked. Just do what the man tell you to do. You understand? Don't eat crab, shrimp, lobster. Just don't eat it, brethren. Nobody come ask me, yo, so, you know what I mean? Oh, him say we can't eat fish, but fish eat other animal. So don't question it, brethren. Just allow it alone. Him say don't eat it. Don't eat it. No, we can go into the scientific nature why you know to eat it. Like it linked to art, is it linked to? So I tell you that. I have to go in at that. Two. I have to give the breakdown. I have to tell you say, all right, scientists say I have to go in at the scientific. You know what I mean? Where the weed bring cell, when the I say, you know what I mean, a wicked man, you know what I mean, in his lips as a fire, smoking. I have to go show you the cigarette box. I never have to do that. The Most I say don't do it. Just don't do it. I know many of our people don't know the laws. That's why we need enough to get inside these classes. We're going to teach you these laws. You know, we're going to build this nation from scratch again. That is what Commanding General YAHANNA is doing. Building back our nation from scratch, from the inside out. You understand? Shedding our people from what we learn over here under this oppressor and building back the Most High's kingdom of heaven. Christ said the kingdom of heaven is within you. You are the kingdom of heaven. Don't sit down and wait for Jesus to come. See? Build the kingdom from within. And this is where the kingdom has started right now in the ISUPK and the Commanding General Yard. You understand? Don't sit down and wait. Let's get the work done. I may sound out to all our soldiers them out there who want to make a difference. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian. Get inside these classes. You understand? Pick up your sword. When I say your sword, I mean pick up this truth. Let's get to work. Get inside these classes. You know what I mean? And let us our people get with this African madness, this Christian madness that our people. Yet we have been doing all these foolishness for years. And all these religions have done is destroy us, brethren. When Commanding General YAHANNA over here, I get people off drugs, fixing people's lives. You understand? We have fixed our people. The same way Christ came and Christ healed the blind, raised the dead. That is what we are doing in a figurative way. We might not give back the blind in sight, but we are giving back a sight so you can see and see this world for what it really is and see who you really are. You understand? We are doing the work today. We are doing the work that Christ used to do back then and when Moses did do back then. ISUPK and a Commanding General YAHANNA. Don't question it, man. Just try it. Because guess what? You have tried everything else. And when I say you can't ask a question, you know, we welcome your questions. But listen, now is the time. Because guess what go on? Time I wrap up. You see, India right now, getting at the war, we tell you already, you know, World War III start already, you know. World War III start from Russia invade Ukraine. You understand? And it now go de-escalate, it will get worse and worse. The two new, what do you call it, contestants jumping at the war there. Pakistan and India. Two disgusting set of people. You understand? You don't have too much time left before them nuclear bombs just start drop, before the economy mash up and you don't know if you get $1 from. And because you're black and Hispanic, you have a helping hand. Because currently we are not even a people. When you check it, we have no unity. So what we are going to do in a time of calamity, we are going to devour each other like animals. Well, Commanding General YAHANNA have a better plan. Get inside these classes. Get inside the ISUPK. You understand? Yeah, man. Let me continue reading. It said, because of the wickedness of thy doings, whereby thou hast forsaken me, the Most High said, we forsook him, we turn back upon him, and that we do. That's why we're over here so in a captivity and slavery and vexation. You understand? This is the cause of all your suffering and your depression. And the reason why you were, you know what I mean, molested, the reason why your family member who you love so much was unalive, the reason why you are unaliving people today because you take revenge for some family member because all are born in oppression and miseducation and, you know what I mean, confusion. This is the reason because we turn back on the Most High. See, let me continue reading. Verse 21. The Lord shall make the pestilence cleave unto thee. Let me skip that one. That happened to us throughout history. You know what I mean? It still happen to us today. See? Let me scroll down. Let's jump to verse 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people. When did this happen? During slavery. They would just come and take your little young daughter, your little young girl, rip them out of your arms and sell it to a plantation owner. And it said, and thine eyes shall look and feel with longing for them all the day long, and there shall be no might in thine hand. That happened to us. Slavery. See? It said, the fruit of thy land and all thy labor shall a nation which thou knowest not eat up, and thou shalt be only oppressed and crushed only. Slavery again. And even today, who work harder than blacks and Hispanics? Who work harder than our Mexican brothers? And where Donald Trump will get ready for the now? Deport all of them. Hispanics are the backbone for America. See? Black people build America. And who them oppress? All them do, them just gobble up all our hard work pay us minimum wage, and eat us on top of it. Show us no love. Reject us. Although we try to join them. We join the military, we fight them war, and we die in them wars. And them still hate us. Black people go fight, you know what I mean, for the oppressor in a World War I and II and come home and get lynched. Imagine that. The Hispanics fight in a World War I, World War II, you know what I mean, come back, get lynched. Let me continue reading. So that thou shalt be mad for the sight of thine eyes, which thou shalt see. Mental problems. Right now, people have a collective mental problem. Collectively. Sufferation, the burden is so much on us that, brethren, you can't tell me say blacks and Hispanics in them right mind as a people. And we know they call it extreme. You see people all over, you know, on the road, hooked on drugs. You know what I mean? Strung out on the road, just crazy out of their mind. We see it every day. See, let me continue reading. Let me scroll down. Let me scroll. Let me jump to verse 48. Verse 48. You can read Deuteronomy 28 for yourself. Just read it. Just go through it. You know what I mean? You have to realize who this Bible was written to. Not no religion. It wasn't written by the white man. This was written by your foreparents. You understand? Let me continue reading. Verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee. So we shall serve our enemies in want of all things. You know what I mean? It said, in hunger. So the food that we eat, who we get it from? Who we get it from? The rice where you cook this evening. The flour where you need this evening to make the dumpling. The best dressed chicken are, you know what I mean? All of them things that we have the ingredients to your food, the seasoning, the curry. It's another nation, it's not yours. Not yours. You understand? It's not yours. So in hunger, we serve the oppressor. In thirst, the soda we drink today. Anything, any beverage you buy and drink today, the Kool-Aid, the syrup, the juice, the bottled water. Who make that? The enemies. And we have to use them word there because guess what go on? And the Bible use them word there so you understand. You have enemies. Don't believe say you're in this world and everybody equal and rare. If the Christian church did not tell you the truth, and no. So we don't have enemies. We have enemies. It's not happy-go-lucky. Everybody is equal in this earth. No such thing. It don't exist. It exists in your mind because of Christianity. But the reality is this. We in a war, but we don't know who enemies are. You understand? Let me continue reading. In nakedness, the clothes, the Louis Vuitton, even the Fruit of the Loom shirt where you wear, the true religion, the psycho bunny, all the name brand clothes where you lost after, and the shoes. In nakedness, you serve your enemy. In every clothes. You don't make none. We don't make no clothes. We in the ISUPK, we make clothes. You understand? We make clothes. Saying we have black businesses. We understand the assignment. You understand? We understand the assignment in the ISUPK and the command in general. See? But we understand, say, oh, our people